A new model war just went nuclear on price. A fresh attack that weaponizes AI's own hallucinations. Robots heading for the stock market. And an AI that's now hunting for new medicines. This is everything that mattered in AI for the week of July 5th to 12th. Let's go. We start with the big one, because the frontier labs just traded body blows. First, Anthropic shipped Claude Sonnet 5. The headline isn't raw power, it's price. Sonnet 5 gets close to their flagship, Opus 4.8 at a fraction of the cost, $2 per million input tokens, 10 per million output, introductory. It's their most agentic mid-tier model yet, a 1 million token context window, adaptive thinking on by default, and it scored around 63% on an agentic coding benchmark. Near Opus behavior way cheaper. Then OpenAI answered. GPT-5.6 went fully live in 3 flavors, Sol the flagship, Terra the balanced one, and Luna the fast and cheap one. Sol is their most agentic model yet, it can split a job across subagents for long, autonomous tasks, and it edged out the field on a command line benchmark at just under 89%. The catch? It's pricey, around $5 per million input, 30 per million output. And around the edges, Google's Gemini 3.5 Pro hit enterprise preview with a 2 million token context window, the biggest around. And Kimi K2.7 became the first open-weight model you can pick right inside GitHub Copilot. The takeaway: agentic ability is now the baseline at every price tier. Next, the tools got serious. The standout: AI moved into the science lab. Anthropic launched Claude Science, a research workbench with 60-plus pre-configured tools, alongside an internal drug discovery program aimed at neglected diseases. This is the AI co-scientist idea getting real. Agents that help generate hypotheses and run parts of experiments. Anthropic also pushed Cowork, its agentic workspace, onto mobile and web so you can hand off a task and it keeps working across your files, calendar, and email while you're away from your desk. The theme all week: agents graduating from DMOS to day-to-day work. Now the segment that's becoming a weekly fixture: security. And this week's is clever. Researchers from Tel Aviv University and the Technion disclosed an attack they call HalluSquatting. AI coding assistants sometimes hallucinate. They confidently recommend software packages that don't actually exist. So attackers do something sneaky. They pre-register those made-up package names and load them with malware. Next time an AI confidently tells a developer to install one, they install the attacker's code instead. And the researchers found the hallucinated names are predictable enough to weaponize at scale across popular coding assistants. The lesson for devs: don't blindly install what an AI suggests. Verify the package is real and trusted first. Money and rules, the stuff that quietly decides everything. First, a saga wrapped up. Claude Fable 5 is back online globally. The government lifted the export controls that pulled it offline for nearly 3 weeks, and Anthropic shipped an upgraded safety classifier to close the issue that triggered it. Bigger picture: the White House is finalizing voluntary standards for how frontier models get released, with a deadline around August 1st. Expect more government eyes on every big model launch from here. On the business side, reports put Anthropic's annualized revenue ahead of OpenAI's for the first time. And OpenAI, meanwhile, reportedly floated handing the government a 5% stake, a striking sign of how political this has all become. And the human cost showed up too. Standard Chartered said it'll cut more than 7,000 roles over 4 years, leaning on AI automation. The agents doing real work story has a real-world edge to it. And out on the frontier, the robots are going public, literally. In a single week, 3 humanoid robot companies moved toward the stock market. One going public via a $2.5 billion deal, another clearing its IPO, and Tesla reportedly converting a former car line into a robot factory. There was even a new robot brain that navigates using just one cheap camera. But researchers flagged an important catch. We're getting good at making robots move, but the models still tend to lose basic world knowledge the moment you train them to physically act. Getting a robot to walk is one problem. Keeping it smart while it does is another. And finally, my one to watch this week. Cloudflare, which sits in front of a huge chunk of the internet, rolled out controls that let websites separately allow or block AI crawlers, search bots, training bots, and the new one, agent bots. And soon, blocking AI agents becomes the default for new sites. Why it matters? As AI agents start browsing the web for us, the web is starting to decide whether to let them in. The agentic web just met its first real gatekeeper. Watch this one. And that's your week in AI. Cheaper agents, smarter attacks, and robots eyeing Wall Street. I do this every week, so if you want to stay current in 7 minutes flat, subscribe and turn on notifications. Which story surprised you most? Tell me in the comments and I'll see you next week.